I used to believe in quiet mornings, in loyalty, in building something solid. We had 6 years of marriage, a 3-bedroom home, and a Sunday morning coffee routine that felt like the anchor to my entire life. I didn't think I needed fireworks to be happy, just peace, trust, and consistency. But the thing about betrayal is, it doesn't announce itself. It creeps in behind the illusion of normal. Let's call her Rachel. Rachel and I met in college. She was studying communications, I was in finance. She was witty, sharp, always knew how to navigate a room. I was more grounded, spreadsheets over spotlights. And somehow, it worked. We built a quiet life. I thought that was what she wanted, too. But something changed about a year ago. Slowly. Subtly. At first, it was just more hours at work. A big project, she said. Corporate restructuring. She was being considered for a promotion. I believed her. I wanted to believe her. That's the thing about love, it makes you doubt your gut. Then it was the phone. Always on silent. Screen tilted away. Bathroom breaks turned into 15-minute escapes with her phone. I caught myself rationalizing it. Everyone needs privacy. Maybe she's planning a surprise? I told myself she deserved space. I told myself I was being paranoid. But then came the late nights. Just grabbing drinks with the team, she said. We're celebrating hitting our Q2 targets. But when I asked who was there, it was always vague, just the usual crew. One night, she came home past midnight, heels in hand, her lipstick smudged and eyes glossed over. I asked if she was okay. She smiled. It's just work stress. That night, I barely slept. I wish I could tell you I found out through some clever detective work. But the truth is, it fell into my lap. One afternoon, while she was in the shower, her phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. I wasn't snooping. But I looked. It was instinct. A name popped up I didn't recognize, Tyler, no heart emoji, no suggestive words. Just, last night was incredible. I can still taste you. I stood there for a full minute, reading that message over and over again. It felt like my skin was buzzing. Like my house, the one we built together, was suddenly unfamiliar. When she came out, wrapped in a towel, humming like nothing had changed, I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just held up her phone. Who's Tyler? She froze. Then said the line that still echoes in my mind, it's not what you think. God, how many times has that line been used to cover up infidelity? She tried to spin it. Said it was just flirting, that it never got physical. But when I pushed, her story crumbled. Turns out it had gotten physical, many times. In hotels during work trips. In the parking garage at her office. Even at our own house, once, when I was away visiting my parents. The worst part? Tyler wasn't just a coworker. He was her boss. She sobbed. Said it was a mistake. That she felt unseen in our marriage. That she didn't feel desired anymore. She blamed the routine. The silence between us. The fact that we didn't go on enough date nights. As if fidelity had a timer and I forgot to reset it. I left that night and stayed in a hotel. A few days later, I told her I wanted a divorce. She begged. She said she would quit her job. Said she'd go to therapy. That we could start over. She even dragged my parents into it, called my mother in tears, spinning the narrative into one of a momentary lapse, painting me as cold for walking away. My mom took her side. Of course she did. She loved Rachel like a daughter. My dad said nothing. Just sat there, shaking his head like a man who'd seen this too many times to speak. You're not even going to try? My mother asked me, her voice laced with disappointment. No, I replied, because she didn't try when it mattered. If you've ever been through something that shattered your trust like this, hit that like button and subscribe. You're not alone. That moment? That was harder than confronting Rachel. Cutting her off was one thing. But walking away from my own mother's support, that felt like ripping out a part of myself. Halfway through the divorce proceedings, Rachel went nuclear. She started posting cryptic stories on social media, quotes about men who don't appreciate real women, and the price of being too loyal. She made herself look like the victim. Friends started messaging me, confused. Some of them took her side. Others didn't know what to say. And some just went silent. It's crazy how fast people pick sides in a story they don't fully understand. I muted her accounts. Blocked her number. I told the lawyer to handle all communication. But she kept finding ways to poke the wound, emails from burner accounts, Venmo requests with petty captions like for emotional damages, or worse, posting pictures of her and Tyler, smiling like they hadn't just wrecked someone's life. But slowly, the silence became my friend. I got my own apartment. Smaller, but peaceful. I started hitting the gym again. Picked up running. I started cooking, not frozen pizzas or takeout, but real food. I reclaimed the parts of me I didn't even know I'd handed over. I stopped trying to win people back. And most importantly, I forgave myself. For not seeing it sooner. For loving her anyway. For believing in a version of us that never really existed. If you're still here listening, I want you to know, loyalty is beautiful, but it should never blind you. Love doesn't ask you to shrink yourself. It doesn't gaslight you into silence. And it sure as hell doesn't sleep with its boss behind your back. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is walk away, not because you don't love them anymore, but because you finally started loving yourself. This is the story of how I caught my wife cheating at work, and how divorcing her gave me back my voice. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more real stories like this. And remember, you're not alone, no matter how dark it feels right now. You will rise again.